Wow.
That was quite a few years ago. God bless her. And I remember when we moved down from Chicago, a little bit about me that I haven't told. The reason why I came down from Chicago was my mom took the youngest two out of 10 and said, I'm getting you young two out of here, the youngest two out of here because I want a better life for them in Baldwin. And I didn't want to leave Chicago to come to Baldwin. What's up in Baldwin? But if I would have stayed in Baldwin, I could have been in the gangs. There was a lot of gang activity
Right.
there, and I could have been in the gang. I believe it was God's purpose to have me come this way, come up here and do the things that to get involved in the ministry. It was God, because I did feel like I was big time up here, because here it is. They was talking about filling my head. Here's a Chicago person. He's something. And I didn't get this in the city. I didn't get this kind of attention, because in the city you get lost.
Yeah.
But when you
Yeah.
come up to Baldwin, like you said, Bernadine, everybody is together. It was more of a community thing. When I first came into school, I remember when one girl, I won't name her name, was in the office getting checked in by the counselor. And at that time, I can't remember the counselor. You remember the counselor at that time?
Was it Miss Hall?
Miss Hall.
Hall,
Yes, I
remember
was
her?
getting checked in with Miss Hall, and a girl was coming past the door, a black girl, because like I said, it was white and black, and she looked and saw me and said, "Oh, I'm gonna get him."
Fresh meat.
Yeah, fresh meat. Yeah, fresh meat. And I'll never forget that, because I did
one of the
see
things.
that girl, the only one I seen. But at the same time, this was a fresh air for me. I'm glad I came here, because I was in sports good. Back then it was good in sports, track,
Yeah.
football. I was real big in there. And my name was in the paper, which thank God it wasn't in the paper in Chicago, because it could have been something
Could've
else
been something
dangerous.
else.
You know what
That's
I mean?
right. That's right.
So yeah, Bernadine. But you're here now. You're here, and it seemed like it's more of a lax area than it is Detroit. Would you say more
definitely.
than the hustle and bustle in the city?
Yeah,
It's more calm.
It's a lot more calm than in the city. Actually, when I go back to the city sometimes on the weekends, I still have, my daughters there, and my granddaughters are there, and my sisters are there, and families there. I can't wait to come home after the weekend.
Wow.
Because you can hear the sirens and
Yeah.
the noise and the police cars and the
Yes,
people,
yes.
and, moving traffic and people just moving around just constantly all day long. I don't miss that.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Me too. It's
I don't
more
miss
settled
that.
down
This
here.
this is the life for me
Yes.
at my age right now.
So we
and
look.
I cherish it.
I see that they try to do stuff in Ottawa and stuff like every like Juneteenth, and
Juneteenth,
I think
yeah.
your sister's involved and used to be
Yes.
or is
Yep,
involved in
she
getting
is
some of
now.
those organizations together.
Yep,
Can you tell us some of the things that are trying to be brought up around here to try to get this place back on its,
Okay.
up some more?
Well, one of the things that I'm noticing that are starting to happen too is that where churches are trying to build their congregations back up again with
Okay.
members, with people. That a lot of that, they've fallen off of that or steered away from that for one reason or another. I don't know what that could be about, but there's some of the churches are starting to do come together and do revivals and things like that to bring people together and to worship together. I noticed that there's like the Juneteenth event this summer. There's probably going to be a whole lot of other Idlewild Week.
Yes, yes.
There's going to be a lot of different things going on here. I hear that the camping thing that they had last year over there at the township, that's
Okay.
supposed to come back again.
Oh, okay.
Where they set up camp and everybody go out and they just camp out for the whole weekend. There's going to be a whole bunch of other things going on, but I really enjoy the fact that people are really they're trying to build.
Okay.
They're trying to build Baldwin and Idlewild back up. This is not just a tourist town.
Yes.
It's a town that's built on like love and prosperity. It always has been.
I believe, Bernadine, that the Bible is fulfilling. The Bible said there'll be a great falling away, and you mentioned about the churches trying to get back, and you don't know the reason why. I can be in that part. I've been a pastor for over 20 years, and And I've noticed that back in the day when I was a deacon in the churches that, yeah, we had more togetherness. We had more revivals. Had more usher anniversaries, pastor's anniversary, deacon anniversary, Labor the Vineyard anniversaries, everything in the church where people would come. But most of the older folks, I did notice, have gone away, the ones that was really
Right.
faithful to the church.
Right.
And then there was a great falling away. And it's just more noticeable here than it is in the cities because the cities are more people.
That's right.
But they have lost a lot
They've
of
lost a
folks
lot
in the
too.
churches. So
Yeah.
this is what's happening, what you've seen. And I know they're trying to get it back, but it's a great falling away. And I've been into we used to have ministers alliance meetings. We don't have them anymore because there was a lot of fussing or arguing on where was it, we're going to have it at my church, or if we have it at your church, we can't get together because we need the money at our church. And I tried to get some of the pastors together to just have church together since we had so few members. And you had a lot of ministers that had problems with getting money. They wanted money in their church, and that wasn't the way it should be.
Right, that's
But
right.
the great falling away that the Bible said it would happen, I think that's what happened to most of the churches up here. They just couldn't get along. The whites and the blacks. There's still segregation. It
Yeah.
seemed like more in the churches, and it shouldn't be. But I have noticed that,
Absolutely.
Bernadine, as we get closer to the end times.
Well, hopefully, I'm looking forward to, you know, people actually, and not just churches, just people in general here in this community. I'm looking forward to people coming back together again, coming back and being a whole community,
Yes.
an entire community, with sharing ideas and
Yes.
raising each other's kids and loving each other and stuff. There's so much hate. There's enough hate everywhere else.
Yes. Yeah.
We don't need it here too.
You agree? I agree. I agree.
I want to see some more of that.
And I guess if you keep doing your part, because you do some work at the school now, and I think at the
Yep.
courthouse too, correct? What do you do with these kids as far as what's your?
At the school, I'm a student advocate. So I'm the person that build the bridge and the gap between students and teachers, teachers and the parents, families. I'm a resource person for if a child has an issue and they have a problem.
Like a
and they need some
counselor,
help.
like?
I'm not a counselor and I'm
Okay.
not a behavioralist. I'm just a person that try to build the gaps between students that's having issues with teachers in classrooms.
And that's a position in the school.
It's a position in the
See, I didn't know. Did they have that before? Or is that something new?
That's something new.
Okay, thank
That's
you.
something new. And I believe they gave that to me, or they offered me that job last summer.
Interesting.
Because of the job that I had fulfilled for them throughout the last couple of years as a substitute teacher.
Oh, okay.
So I started out a substitute.
You was a substitute teacher.
I started out a substitute.
We didn't like substitute teaching, but
And
we always gave them heck.
That's right. That's right. But nowadays, the substitutes like me give the kids heck.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then
'Cause I don't back down.
Okay. All right. So
Don't
you had
back
a little
down.
bit of control.
But yes, right. I control my environment. I control the classroom. So if I control the classroom, then I can actually educate.
Okay.
And that's my objective, is to educate.
You also did a little cheerleading coaching.
Yep, I coached cheerleaders. We brought cheerleading back last season.
It was gone.
Yes, they didn't have cheerleaders for quite some time. I brought cheerleading back last school year, and then I did it again this past school year. But I'm gonna turn that over to someone else. Though I'm gonna give my pom poms to somebody else because
Okay.
I want to dig deeper into tutoring and educating
Okay.
our students, because I want to see those graduation rates go up.
Amen. Amen.
That's one of my goals and one of my primary missions that I'm on right now.
Okay.
I want to see those kids make it. I genuinely care about each and every one of them,
I believe
even
it.
the ones that I don't know yet.
Now, what about you do anything in the courthouse as well?
I do. I
Okay.
work as a holdover assistant
Okay.
and
Yeah.
at the courthouse, Lake County Courthouse.
Yes.
And I do community service work with students, take them out and meet them there, and I supervise them while they do their work. I used to do home visits, so I go into the home and, talk, just be a shoulder to lean on or someone to talk to.
No, you
for
do
the
that also
students.
around here.
Yeah.
Wow.
I, travel with them. Sometimes I might have to transport them to a camp or something. I do a lot with
Seem
them,
like
and
you
I
got
do
many
camp.
hats.
Yeah, I supervise as an assistant in the juvenile summer camp too.
Okay, that
Yep.
keeps you. Seem like that keeps your life busy. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
you are very
I
busy in
have to
life.
stay busy. That's what keeps me in shape.
Okay.
I'm getting older, so I
Ah,
got to keep moving, right?
that is good. That is good. Well, you summed everything up, Bernadine. You've got a lot of history, and you do a lot for Baldwin around here. And I just wish there would be more like you. And I know that there's some on the cover to get Baldwin back up. And as you can see, we do have people that are around here that care about the children and care about people, and that's important for this area. And we're going to have many more interviews on the gazebo talk, and I'm going to get more people around our age and history because we want Baldwin to grow. We want it even in these last days when so much is happening and so many people are in trouble. So many kids have got so much stuff on their minds and so much on TV, and it just seemed like it's not like it used to be. And so I thank God to have Bernadine Miller with us this afternoon to give some history, and I'm sure we'll have her back on again at one time. And but we thank God for you all that have tuned in and have watched and heard all the things. And if you would like to also add to the flavor of what we're doing here and what Baldwin is doing, and also take part in some of the things that are going around town. There are many things that are going around that are trying to be a part of Baldwin and Ottawa as well. Juneteenth, they got some things coming up, and Ottawa weekend, week or whatever. There's a lot of things going on. So God bless you all, and we will see you back again soon.